Hey everybody, welcome to the Sanctum. This is Ale, and we're going to do another pick a stone reading. Basically, we're going to go row by row. You're going to be able to pick each stone from a row and basically customize your own reading. Today's reading is going to be all about your life purpose. Basically, we're going to look into what you are doing, what you should be doing, where your goals should be, how your goals should be looked at, where you're trying to get to, what things you're working on, and if you have any abilities or talents that you're not taking advantage of or that are manifesting that basically you may not be aware of. We're going to take a look at all this. So we're going to basically go through the stones just like I did before, and basically announce what each one is, and then we'll get started. So Sodalite, Amethyst, my lovely Sunstone, which I like to call Sunburst. This is Lepidolite, my black Tourmaline, black Moonstone, regular Moonstone, rock crystal, which is clear quartz, Fluorite. This is Chryscolla, which I love. It's got a small piece, but it's pretty. And then my Celestite and Smoky Quartz. Alright, so we're going to do the first three first, which will be these. So you're going to choose either Sodalite, your Amethyst, or the Sunstone. Okay? Take a minute, think about it, and then we're going to start. Okay, so for those of you who chose Sodalite, I've got the first three cards already picked out, and we have Truth Be Told, Thief, and the Four of Swords reversed. So let's talk about what's going on for your life purpose. So for Truth Be Told, it's time to actually tell the truth about yourself. It's time to open up and actually to be honest about your own inner purpose. You haven't been doing it. You haven't been truthful to your own self. And Thief, well, it sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. You have been feeling like everybody's been taking from you and taking, and yet you feel empty inside. You feel like there's not anything left for you. But there's stuff inside you that nobody can touch. You have it there, so you need to sit there and really look at yourself. See what cannot be done. Now, you haven't been giving yourself a lot of rest and recovery. You've been going from one thing to another thing to another thing. You haven't sat back and said, no, let me stay, let me not go forward anywhere, let me just take a minute or two to actually sit back, do what I need to do, and go forward. By not doing that, you haven't been manifesting anything of abundance. You haven't been giving yourself a chance to actually take the time to realize what you need to do. So I'm going to pull a card from the Angels of Abundance deck, and we're going to see what you need. Alright. Ask for your needs to be met. Wow! You would think like it was almost expected to show. So, obviously, again, you need to ask for your needs to be met. You have not been resting. You need to ask to let yourself rest. You need to tell your friends, look, I would love to go do all this crap with you, but I need a day at home. I need to sit down, go through my crap. I need to de-junk. I need to de-junk my life a little bit. I need to really take some time for me. So, that's what it is so far with Sodalite. We're going to go on to the next one shortly. So, number 2, Amethyst. Let's talk. So for Amethyst, we're going to talk about you and what your life purpose is. So for your cards that I've already pulled out, we have orphaned, pioneer, and the Queen of Swords. So let's talk about this. So you've been feeling that you've been orphaned. You've been alone, really alone, from family, from friends, that basically for the last few years, actually, you have felt like everything and everyone has abandoned you. You're not even sure whether or not you're doing the right thing in life right now. And that's really, truly been getting to you. And you have to realize that part of who you are is pioneering. Part of what's been isolating you is because you are a pioneer. You have a passion for doing and creating things that have not been done before, or things that are so unusual or so rarely done that people don't understand what that truly is or what it means. And you haven't taken the time to actually explain to them why it's important to do this. So it is important for you to be able to do this. Now, in regards to the Queen of Swords, we're talking about an energy. We're talking about fairness. We're talking about an insight, being insightful, whether it be somebody in your life who finally gets it, which is possible. You may actually find somebody come in who says, you know what, I just saw a TV movie, or I just saw a documentary and they talked about the stuff that you're doing, and I finally get what's going on. Oh my God, what you're doing is amazing. And it can also be that you finally get an insight into the fact that you've never truly explained what it is you do in such a way to make it simple and easy for anybody else to understand. Whether it be about the heart and soul of who you are, or what you do for a living, or what you're trying to do for a living, whether you're in school or otherwise. And the reason why I bring this up is the fact that many of us find it hard to really talk about our passion in simple to easy terms, because some of the stuff that we're passionate about has a lot of technical terms. So we go into that jargon mode, and we have, this, and this, and this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. And people's eyes get crossed, and they let out a sigh. And they look like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? So you need to seriously take a minute and think about the reason why you're feeling so alone. Could also be not because of they want you to be alone, but because they really honestly are lost. They don't get it. It's not because they're dumb or whatever. They just truly don't understand how or what you do. Now, it could also be the fact that for some of you, it's not what you do, it's the fact of who you are and the fact that you've closed yourself off. And this is something that I'm really feeling for some of you, and I need to pick a card because I am feeling in regards to you guys, those that are actually having the issue of who you are. It's something that you really need to get over. And we're going to use the Psychic Tarot for this. You need to turn around, and it's part of it's you need to open up. Oh, obviously this is the card. You've had obstacles and challenges, and part of that obstacle and challenge is the fact that you don't like to share. I'm going to be jealous of who I am because I've been hurt before. Well, tough shit. So does everybody else. Put a band-aid on it and go on. No, seriously, because that's a big part of growing up. It's part of being a part of life. You either be a part of life and realize that everybody gets hurt every day. And part of being human means learning from these bumps and bruises and going forward. Because think about people who've been rejected hundreds and hundreds of times who write. Dr. Seuss was rejected over 196 times before his book was accepted. Well, that shits. But did it ever make him pull away from who he was? He was still a generous and wonderful man. What about Tolkien? He was rejected over and over again before he got it published. He was still a jovial person. You can't let when people treat you like crap dictate who you are. If you do, they win. Is it difficult? Yeah. It's not hard. It's not hard to sit there and fold in them on yourself. I'm a rape survivor from a gang rape. I refuse to let them win. I'm not going to cower. I'm not going to let them beat me by letting me not be who I am. Not to allow my sensuality to be part of what I do and who I am and how I decide on how I live. Because that's what they want. So make a choice. Stand up. Shout to your family and friends. Look, I'm pulling away because I don't get all this, and you people are not listening and you're not understanding. And they're going to say, well, you don't talk. Yeah, I don't talk. And I need help to do it. Ask for help. How do we know? Because dream big. You gotta let go of the small stuff, small thoughts, small things about yourself. See yourself succeeding. If you see yourself succeeding, you will succeed. Talk to your family. Talk to your friends. Open up. Yeah, some of them may not understand. Well, those friends may not be the ones you need to have. I have friends that I've let go because of it. You're a pioneer. Pioneers lose people, lose things. But then they gain bigger things, better things. It's okay. Learn and grow. Okay? Perfect. So let's go on to the next one. Alright, so for you people who chose the sunburst, the sunstone, yay, sunstone! We're going to go over yours of what is your life purpose and what can we do. Well, ain't you all just the happiest of all peoples in the world? Alright, first things first. It has angels. It has an angel. So, and it has soulmates. And it has the Six of Wands. So let's talk. So for you guys, it talks about that you help those in need with no expectation of return. You are the helpers. You are the ones in life who give and give and give and give. And you don't expect anything back, but you get worn down. Dude, you need to like occasionally say to somebody, hey, can I get some help here? You don't have to expect anything in return, but it's okay to ask. Take it from somebody who does this. It's okay occasionally to get help, to ask for help. It's not easy being one of those people. Soulmates. You are part of a soulmate. Whether you already have your soulmate or your soulmate is coming, it is going to be part of who you're and what your life purpose is. That soulmate is the one that gives you the buoyancy to do what you do. They are the one that keeps you able to be stable enough to give and to help others and to do the things. The reason why you have respect and you are able to triumph over a lot of crap that happens is the fact that you have your soulmate. The fact that you are so lighthearted and giving. It is one of the things in your life that it is a big part of why people call you an angel. And in fact, we're going to take a card here from the Angel of Abundance. Occasionally, quiet retreat. So this is one of the things you don't do. You don't take time for yourself. It's time to discover from the outer world so you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So with your life purpose, you give and you give and you do and you do, and you have your soulmate who supports you and blesses you and keeps you going. So you have these great things that are going on and all these victories, all these triumphs, and you don't have a place just for yourself. You don't have this little niche that you can just go to, and you need to do that. Why? Because it makes you better at what you do. So you need to reevaluate. You need to reevaluate and say, out of this time, where do I carve time for me? Where's my me time? Where is it? Do you take it? Do you have enough me time? Some people are like, oh yeah, well, my me time is when I do my long spa bath, once a week for 30 minutes. No, seriously, that's not enough. I mean, like, no, really. You may think it is, but if you do what you do 365 days a year, maybe taking Christmas and Thanksgiving and major holidays off, you're going to burn out. Vacation is not enough, because vacation, you're still giving and you're still doing with your family and with with whomever you're with. So no, you need to take me time on a regular basis, whether it be once a week, twice a week, or whatever. And it's got to be significant. It's got to be time so you really restore who and what you are. It's got to be time for your creativeness, your time to rebuild and re-energize that giving well of yours. And it may be something is that you take 2 hours every week to go out window shopping, or to meet up with girlfriends, to go see a movie by yourself. Because trust me, going to a movie and being able to giggle and laugh all by yourself is like a major coolness. Yeah, you deserve to have that, definitely. So you need to do this part of your life purpose. You have to find a way to give yourself some time. So definitely. So Sunburst, that's what we have for you so far. So now we're going to go to the next set. Next set, yay, next set. All right. So we're going to talk about the Black Moonstone. Now for Black Moonstone, when we're talking about purpose and power, we're talking about what we have to do next. We're going to go and pick from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, because sometimes how we feel and how our heart feels is what's going to be, there we go, is a big issue. We need some rest. We need to rest and reconsider how we're going about things. Are we pushing ourselves too far in our life purpose? Are we trying to do something that we really don't love? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what our life purpose is giving us so far. So they're talking about oracle cards. Have you considered using oracle cards to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others? So part of what your life purpose may be is to do what I do. It may be that for your own personal benefit, it may be that you may need a deck of oracle cards that calls to you, that helps to guide you back when you feel rushed, when you feel out of balance, out of bounds. It can be that you need that call to arms that says, hey, do that. Why? Because if you don't rest and reconsider, you don't find yourself a place to be able to rebalance and give yourself a way to call yourself back into order, you're going to get upheaval. You're going to have destruction. Your life purpose is going to fall apart. The Tower tells you this is going to happen. You are going to crack. Your foundation is going to fall. Nobody wants that. Absolutely nobody. So what we have to consider is, what do you do? How do you stop it? How do you turn around and make it work for you? Well, you gotta take building blocks. Step by step, inch by inch, you need to build the blocks that are going to sit there and be your firm foundation. Take into consideration these things: resting, taking time for yourself, whether it be something as simple as of indulging in a block of horror movies. Okay, maybe horror's not your thing. Lately I've been delving into a few big horror movies for my fun and enjoyment. Oracle cards. Find a deck that really resonates with you, that really says, oh my God, take me, and play with them and use them. pick a card a day. Let that card be your manifestation card of the day to guide you and redirect you for when you start feeling like crap. I do that every day. I have cards for work. I have cards for home. In fact, I can even show you one of the decks because I haven't reviewed it yet. Is the Oracle Intention deck for the Crystal Intention Oracle. It is got cards with crystals. It has intentions both in the front and the back. And it is the deck I use at work every single day. We pick a card every day, me and my cubicle mate, and that is our intention for the day. And then I pick I usually have a deck or two with me, and we pick another couple of cards for that sit on my my little elephant where my cell phone goes, and that's my card holder, and we go from there. So an oracle deck may be the thing that gives you that boost to do what you need to do. So yeah, think about it, work with it. It may be something simple and easy. It may not be what you think it is, but who knows? That could be your goal, is to rebuild yourself, give yourself that kind of a building block. And you may find that you're not as fragile as you think you are, as you seem to be to others, because they may think of you as being fragile, and when something happens that normally would destroy you or destroy others, you're sitting there going, yeah, okay, I'm okay, fine. And they're like, wait a minute, normally you would have been falling apart. Well, no, I've been doing stuff to help me out. I've been taking regular rest breaks. I've been doing stuff for me, and I have my cards that I pull every day. And today's card's all about this. So I kind of figured something was coming down the pipeline, and I'm okay about all of it. You got this. This is part of your life purpose. Prepping yourself, being prepared for change. You can have these building blocks. They're simple and easy to do. Are they easy to maintain? Not in the slightest. It took me, honestly, about a month and a half to make sure that I was pulling my Oracle deck at work every single day. It's gotten to the point now that if I don't pull a card, that either my cubicle mate or my supervisor or one of my other people will be like, what's today's card? So seriously, get the habit. You got this. I'm telling you. You got this, Black Moonstone. You've got this. You can do it. All right. Let's go to the next card. Next stone. We're going to go to the Black Tourmaline. So, Black Tourmaline, let's talk about you with the life purpose. We're going to talk about what's going on and why. So, one of the things with what we talked about before is the fact that as we look at our life purpose, things change, things can happen. Our heart is part and parcel of our life purpose. So with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, we know for you need to seek something. You need to seek who and what you truly are. We know that it takes time and introspection. It needs taking that moment to look deep within yourself. Are you on the right track for your life purpose? It's also a big question. I mean, you have inside. That's one of the reasons why you're seeking. According to the Life Purpose Oracle deck, your life purpose fully supports who you are. So you're on track. You know kind of in what you're wanting to do. So you've got those things working for you, which is absolutely fantastic. And we know that you're on the mend. Things have been mending, whether it be from other friends and family, whether it be you internally from emotional issues and things that you thought you couldn't do, because of the fact that things have been going perfect for you. You have been developing more of a way about you that it seems to be more healthier. And in fact, we now have the Hermit reversed. So you're going to go into solitude, from seeking out from solitude and introspection, because of the fact that as you progress and you get this mundane and stuff, you're slowly going to start giving this wisdom out to others and saying, hey, look, I spent this amount of time looking into myself and trying to figure out these things, and I know you've been curious about how come I've been able to handle all this and why I'm so happy with what I do. This is why. So you're going to start sharing what you've learned. So this is a big part of who and what you are, is you are part of a teaching segment, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a trainer, you're part of a support system for others, a learning system, and you're naturally a teacher. This is an awesome thing to be. So Black Tourmaline, good for you, going in and out of the hermit phase. Some people go in and never come out. It's not easy for some people. They kind of like it in there. Trust me, it took me a long time to come out. Lepidolite, I should say. It's purpley. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's talk about Lepidolite. So Lepidolite, let's talk about you and what's coming up with you. So when we're talking about life purpose, we're talking for you. We've been dealing with some issues and occasionally some really cool happiness things that have been happening. So when you look into your heart and soul and you start looking into the hows and whys and the what fors, it's time to start spreading your wings. It's time to actually look at letting your soul fly, letting out what your life purpose is, and showing the happiness and the love that you truly have. Why? Because with your life purpose, and we're going to put a life purpose goal card here, you heal with kind words, wise advice, and you have an empathetic ear. So you are truly a counselor of the heart and soul. With you basically letting this joy and thrill and the happiness of your life, you are actually giving a lot more than most people realize. You have been that person. You have been in the place where they have been, and you are able to help them. And it's always good to remember that it's time for a nap. Now, time for a nap does not mean that you are in a bad way. It does mean that you need to make sure that when you counsel others, that you also take the time to rest, to literally rest down. As a friend of my mom would say, it's time for a nap, not for a full sleep, but to put aside all the things of the day up to that moment and let that nonsense go. So when you wake up, you are refreshed and ready for the rest of the day. And the rest of the day will fly by like nothing has happened. That's what that is. A nap is something that you take, whether it be a physical nap, whether it be just that you take a day or two off just for yourself and refresh yourself, because you just say, hey, good looking, I got to do for me. So it's going to be all about you. It's going to be the fact that, as you counsel others, that you listen to others and you tell them to take some time for themselves. You've got to do it for yourself too. So what does that mean in the long run? It means that you also need to maintain your boundaries, and it also means that choice of balance. It's about partnership. You have to have a partnership within yourself, with the others, those in your life. But you also need to make sure that you keep your strength up by maintaining boundaries. Healthy boundaries are important for everybody. One thing about social media is that boundaries don't seem to be a thing. People are rude, crude, and socially unacceptable. And it's annoying. And then you get other people who are some of the best people on the face of the planet in social media, where they touch your heart and your soul. So you need to learn where you stand at in the way you do your life purpose. You need to find that boundary between being involved with your counseling, with your helping, with everything you do, you have to find also where a healthy boundary is, so you don't cross over and you don't fall into their lives in such a way where you can't just basically take yourself out of who you are and who they are. Because eventually they have to rely on themselves just like you have. Just make sure that you also take that break every so often. You don't want to go to the point of, in fact, one of the other stones actually had this. You need to take a break for yourself and do for yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to be good for anybody else. So this is a good one. This is actually really great. So good for you, Lepidolite. Which is actually good because this stone is all about psychic abilities and tendencies and healing. So fantastic. So let's go to the next set of stone. Fluorite. Fluorite, how I love thee. Let me count the ways. So what I want to do is we need to talk a little bit about, with your life purpose, is some of the an aspect of your life purpose that really seems to sit with you. And perfect. One of the things regarding your life purpose that we're showing is that it's an eclipse in Capricorn. It's talking about reevaluate your success every so often. You have new directions that come up, or that you're going to have a new direction that does come up for you. Reevaluating the success you have been having, or if you've been expecting success and it hasn't been as successful as you wished, you're going to be able to find that success by reevaluating what you've been doing, figuring out what haven't been working. And it may be that you need to tweak just a couple of things and maybe switch it into a different direction slightly, and it may end up being that at that point your life purpose is going to be fabulous. And in fact, there's going to be someone who is going to help you. And we're going to pick an archetype card for this because I think knowing the energy of that person is going to help. Perfect. It's going to be a king. They're going to be it's going to be an enlightened person. It's going to be somebody who is going to give that that in charge leadership kind of mode. He's not going to take over, and I'm going to say he, even though it could be a she. They're going to be basically that mentor type, that kingly type that's going to say, hey, you've been doing really awesome with this, but here, let me give you some help and advisement here, and we can make this better for you. You deserve to have better success. Let me help give that to you. So let them in. Give them a chance to show you how to make that better. And the reason why that's important is the fact that most people do have issues with letting others help. It's something that when we started losing community, the sense of community, when we started not talking to neighbors and everything else, we started losing that ability to letting others help. So it's important to learn to do that again. And mother healing comes up, and that's basically that idea is like just like the feelings you had for a lot of people have for their mother, is letting it heal. Like moms always are like, oh, you got a boo-boo, or especially when the kind, happy mothers, you get that kind of healing. You get that a rapid, accurate healing that is just straight to the heart, that manifests itself in such a way that says, hey, let's heal that hurt, let's heal that pain that's saying that, oh, I'm never going to get anywhere, and let's go forward. We can do this. And you're going to learn to do that. The other thing is, though, is you got to let go of something that is really truly holding you back. So what is it that's holding you back? Financial trouble and insecurity. So you've been having some money issues, not surprising in this day and age, and you've been having some isolation and some insecurity, things that it hasn't been crippling yet, but we want to stop it in its tracks. And so what you need to do is you need to make sure that you put yourself on the right pace, whether it be getting a financial advisor, whether it's learning to save and putting money aside so you just don't touch it, so you build up an account. You've got to do something for you to get you back on track where you need to be. And the king could help with that. In fact, the king is probably going to be part of that financial advising that's going to help you reevaluate your success and get you back on track with your business. That's going to be a big factor. In fact, that's going to be one of those things that, where is that deck? There it is. If you saw the mess that is my that is my section here, you would be laughing at me. It's going to promote an abundance because right now you're not feeling like you have any. In fact, you probably are just getting to the point where maybe you might be able to get things done and get out of that financial bind, but you need to know how. You need to visualize abundance in all forms, and not just money. You need to visualize abundance in food, in energy, in love, in happiness. You need to basically imagine abundance in any type of way, shape, and form hitting your life. People hear the word abundance and they think automatically of, oh, I got all this money. And you know what? That's great, but abundance doesn't feed somebody who's starving in a third world country. Their idea of abundance is having food every single day, and having clothes. So sometimes what abundance is having just enough to pay bills, go on vacation, and being able to sock money away for retirement. Visualize what your abundance is in all its form. Take that time, make it real. Imagine yourself, see it in your head. And then once you see it and you see how it looks, take those steps with that king and heal that whole concept of poverty, and get yourself out of financial trouble by using that abundant and how you see the abundance to heal that part of you and to start making plans so you can go ahead and reevaluate and get yourself successful. You've got this. All right, Fluorite, good for you. You've got this. You can do it, I promise. All right, so we're going to go to Rock Crystal. Here, Rock Crystal, Rock Candy Mountain. All right, so I'm older than you think I am. So let's talk about what's going on with you and how you're going to be affected. So one of the things that we're talking about when we are evaluating the who's and the how's and the what's is we're talking about what kind of aspects are your life purpose for you. So what I'm getting energetically from you is actually an eclipse in Libra. It's about rebalancing. It's reevaluating relationships, justice, and fair play. So you've been going through a really tough time where things haven't seemed honest or balanced in what you've been doing, and it's been tough. It has been very tough. So you've asked for some help, and in fact you are going to get some help in some way. Will this person actually really help you or not? We're going to find out through the archetype cards for you. Yes, you are going to have an actual mentor. It's going to be someone who's going to actually help pass on wisdom to you. They're going to be a teacher. They're going to guide you, and they're going to be there for a while. There are going to be the ones that are going to help you really, truly get a good footing in what you are trying to do. They are going to be the ones that are going to be closer and healthier for you in the long run. They're going to teach you the healthier way to be. And in fact, one of the aspects that they're going to do and they're going to help you with is to learn how to set your sights higher. They're thinking that you're lowballing your idea for your life purpose. They're thinking that you are capable of much more than you're giving yourself credit for. And they're going to help you to see that. They're going to help you achieve your lowest goal, what you think is your highest goal, what they think is your lowest goal. And they're going to go, see, now what? Now that we got this done, now what? You can do better. You can do more. And in fact, they're going to show you that you have unlimited ideas and potential. You are going to find that with your life purpose, you have so much more to give, so much more strength than you actually have it. Now, is there going to be problems? Yes, there's probably going to be problems. And in fact, really, cards, you're going to drop all the way on me onto the floor? Seriously? Like, really? So, let's see if I can pull all of them up. Obviously, these are the 3 that they want to use. All right. So, the big thing that's going to happen is that you are going to have some fallbacks. With the fallbacks, you are going to end up having both success, of course. You're going to have some mental clarity. But you're going to have some time where the mastery is not going to be there. You are going to get frustrated with the work process because, let's be honest, there are times that work is getting to be a pain in the butt. Work can be an issue. Work is not always enjoyable. But you're going to be remembered to go for your desires. That you are going to have this spirit that's going to come up when you work with your mentor, when you set your sets higher, when you turn around, and honestly, when you sit there and you actually look at the fact that you have these ideas that are actually doable. You just have to find the process to make it work. And that's the whole thing. The process of mastery is something that has to be done slowly and carefully and not rushed. And that is where you have to reevaluate. That fair play is a way of actually making you realize that it's not fair that you have to go slow. But it is what it is. So that's something that you have to sit there and take a look at. That you actually have to turn around and deal with. Oops, sorry about that. So what we're taking a look at is the fact that with your mentor, setting your sights higher, that you are going to have unlimited ideas, that you are going to have mastery, you are going to have victory and success, that you are going to have a process that's going to be hard and it's going to be difficult. You're going to find times that you don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you are going to have a chance where you are going to have a moment of spirit of fire, of a desire to actually try. You are going to reevaluate the fair play issue. The fair play issue is going to be hard for you because you have to rebalance yourself. It is an internal thing, not an external thing. Your idea of fair play is not necessarily what you think it is. And that's for you, rock crystal. So it's going to be intriguing, to say the least. So, let's go to the next one. And this is for regular Moonstone. Moonstone, I love you, Moonstone. So, for those of you who picked Moonstone, we're going to talk about how your life purpose is looked at. We're looking at its aspect. And we're looking at Moon in Aquarius, about free spirit, your inner wild child awakens. So you've been kind of feeling closed in, repressed a little bit. And I don't mean repressed as in like, oh, she's so repressed. She's just such a prude. No, not even. We're talking about that you have not ever let go in your life to actually do what you want to do for your higher purpose, for your life purpose. And how are you going to get there? How are you going to get to the point where you are going to awaken that wild child and allow yourself to go after your dreams? Well, somebody's going to come in your life who's going to be your hero or heroine. They're going to be the ones that are going to give you a passion for this part of your life, to actually go after what you want to do. And they're going to show you that it is going to be possible. Why? Because in your life, you have always felt like there's no one there on your side, and they are going to be on your side, and it's going to scare you. They're going to teach you how to break free from the bonds of not feeling feeling alone, the bonds of that have been always repressing you and making you feel like you're not as good as anybody else. They're also going to be the ones that are going to teach you that if you exercise to increase your energy and your manifest your abilities, that by actually doing, not just talking, you are going to find out how you are going to be better for yourself. And that is going to be huge for you, because you need to actually start doing, not just wanting and wishing. You have been betrayed before. You have been dealing with grief. It's one of the issues that you have been dealing with. And in fact, you need to learn how to trust into your intuition. You have secrets that you don't like to always talk about, but it is something that you will probably, when you meet your hero or your heroine, that you will discuss. It'll just come to the point where you're just like, hey, look, I don't do this because of this. And they're going to look at you and go, yeah, and that was one person. Well, it happened multiple times. And you're now how old? It's time to go and move forward. Let's do this. We can do it together. We can break free. Let's do these things. Let's do this. We can do this. You can be the hero of your own story. Because you're not a damsel in distress anymore. You're not too stupid to live. Trust me, I hate those stories where the girls say, oh, come save me. Oh, Lord, I can't save myself. I hate those. I hate those with a passion. I throw them against the wall and I pray to God that the book breaks. You are not that person. You are stronger. That's why they're teaching you to break free. They're teaching you to break the cycle. They're teaching you to be more than what you think you are. And the reason behind that is you are on the route of regeneration. You are going to be better than ever in your life purpose. So, Moonstone. There you go. And I thought that was interesting that you have Moonstone and you pulled the Moon card. Good for you. All right. So we're going to be on the final line, and we're going to do the final 3. So let's talk life purpose and the final points of it. So, Smoky Quartz. So when it comes to your life purpose and your gifts and your goals, we've been noticing that there has been a theme running through of letting stuff go that doesn't work, that has been holding you back. We've also learned that you have to reevaluate on occasion. We've also learned that you're going to travel every so often. And it may be something that's placed nearby. It could be actually a place that's not too far away. It could be long distance. It may end up requiring you to go to another country for part of your life purpose, but it's going to be there for you. You can accomplish it if you believe and succeed. You're also going to notice too that part of your gifts and abilities that are coming up for you is the fact that you haven't tapped into your full potential of being able to see beyond, to that you feel that you haven't tapped into your gut, your instinct. You need to, when you need to make decisions, you need to start listening more to your gut, to your intuition. Your intuition's there to guide you, and you have a strong intuition. You just haven't tapped into it as much as you should be. And it's important. Why is it important to you? Because when things are not for you, it'll be straight out told to you. And you'll know it, and you'll be able to back away from those things. And with your life purpose itself, we're learning that you can face your financial fears and still succeed, because they're just fears. They're not reality. That's why it's so important for you to go on this path. You need to stand up to who and what you are. You need to face that aspect of you. Because you are going to have an advisor who's successful, that's going to help you create stability. You are going to discover for yourself a inner self-love. You are going to find your inner strength and security. You are going to be that one. And for you, we're looking at simply your solar plexus chakra is going to be the thing you're going to have to learn to work on, strengthen, and guide. So it's interesting. Smoky Quartz. you actually have a pretty good way of becoming your life purpose. Your life purpose is going to take you places. It's going to make you face some of your fears. It's going to give you the strength and energy to do what you need to do. And it's going to make you better. You're going to be able to succeed. You're going to be able to manifest. Manifestation is huge. So for you to be able to do this is going to be fantastic for you. So congratulations. Your life purpose, it's going to be up and downs. I mean, everybody has up and downs, but you do have that ability to make things happen for you. Way to go. Now we're going to get to Celestite. So for Celestite, let's talk about you and what we're going to deal with for you. Now, one of the things with your life purpose that we deal with is you've been having some really downs. You've been having where you feel isolated and alone, and you've been dealing with grief and heartbreak, and you've been slowly coming back. You have people to help. You have been learning to trust. But what about what you do? Is what you do going to actually be there for you? Is it going to be the way that you turn around and you're actually able to do what's needed for you? Yes. Why? Because energy healing. You're going to discover that you have that skill of energy healing deep within you. You're going to be able to heal others. You're going to be able to feel the energy healing for yourself. Things like Reiki, which I actually love doing for others. I do Reiki sessions long distance and Skype and in person. You're going to learn to take advantage of yourself for doing things that you need to do. You're going to learn to exchange gifts. You're going to learn that your gift is going to grow. It's going to expand. It's going to do. When those gifts exchange, they're going to be depth. There's going to be where you're thinking, oh, my gift is changing. It's going to, it seems to be that it's this. It's actually not really exchanging as much as it is that it's basically like an amoeba. It's splitting in two. It's actually developing a little bit more depth into it. How do I know? Alchemy. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. You are actually going to be more successful than you realize. Why? Because you're going to come out of your shell. You are actually going to have, obviously we're going to do this. You are going to find that you're going to be able to donate some of your time and energy through energy healing through the alchemy process that you do, because you're going to find the courage to ask for and accept help. You are going to find that place within you that is going to say, I can do this. I will succeed. And the really best part about it, is that you're going to emulate the high priestess. You are going to have wisdom for intuition. You are going to have your own success. Your success is going to be based upon the things that you have learned from your inner abilities, your latent talents. And those talents and such are going to guide what your life purpose is in doing. And they're going to make your life purpose happier and healthier. You're going to find a depth that you never thought you'd find before. And for your chakra that you are going to be dealing with for this health and purpose is going to be your crown chakra. So truly, you're looking at a bigger depth, a bigger purpose in life. This is actually a good thing for you. This actually is all about you developing that portion of yourself. All right, Celestite, congrats. That's all. That's fabulous to hear. All right. So, Chryscolla, let's talk about you. You're a little babe. Let's talk about your life purpose and totality. So, with you, we've learned there's going to be some ups and downs. We did learn that you are going to have a strong person who's going to help you out. Who's going to teach you that you are stronger than you believe you are. You're also going to learn that you have the ability to give. but you're going to have to learn to rein it in on occasion to give yourself a little bit more ability to give when it's time. We're also going to realize it's all about books with you. You're going to connect your life purpose through your involvement with books. Books are going to be your way for your life purpose to come manifest, whether it be writing books, publishing, whether it be libraries or institutions of learning. Your life purpose is going to be hooked to books and knowledge. That's actually an awesome thing. I'm fairly jealous of you right now. So that is great to see. That means that your giving and your healing and your helping is actually going to be there. And you're going to find that your worthiness is that you deserve good in all ways. That is something that you are going to find is going to be bigger than you think. It's going to give you a way to realize that you are truly making a difference when you don't think you are. You're also going to discover that as you get healthier, eating cleaner, eating better, that you're going to figure out that your abundance is going to grow, because as you get healthier, you're going to find that you have more energy for yourself. Now, pay yourself first. Basically what it's talking about is it's okay occasionally to put yourself first on these issues. Why? Because you need to. You need to make sure that you do that. You need to make sure that you imagine what you're doing. See it happening. As you imagine it coming forth and coming to fruition, you're going to realize a lot more of your life purpose coming true. It will be more of a crowning glory. Yes, there's going to be ups and downs, but with you using visualization, you're going to be able to overcome those issues as they come about. And we know why, because it's going to be all about abundance. The Empress with you. It's all going to be about fertility and creation. What you can create, what you can imagine, you can do. And you actually have the ability to plan for the future. And even though there's conventional wisdom and traditional beliefs, it's all about the tribe for you. It is all about the group, the family, the world. And that is why your life purpose is bigger than what you are yourself. And it makes you happy to be able to do that life purpose. That's awesome. Way to go, Chryscolla. So for you, I'm going to pick out your chakra card. Crown chakra. I'm not surprised. So that is actually definitely a blessing for you to work on. That's going to help bring you into alignment for everything that you're going to accomplish in your life purpose. So congratulations, Chryscolla. All right. So now that we've done the pick a stone card, I hope that everybody enjoyed that. I hope that the reading and the stones that you picked have manifested the energy and the life purpose that you want, need, and you desire, and that you want to bring forth in your life. More importantly, realize that you can change whatever you wish. Manifestation brings you the ability to change. Any one of these things that you pick is all about change. Each level is about change. If you have one and you decide you don't like it and you make the change and you go to 2, and the second one you pick, you realize and you make the change as suggested, then that too could change into something better. It can change what you picked for 3. Manifestation is a path of change. These are just guides. These are the guides that tell you, hey, if you're on this path and this is what you're doing, these are what you need to watch out for. This is actually a good path, or this is a path with pitfalls, but you can still succeed, and here's how. Everybody has the ability to do well. Everybody has the ability to do crappy. Not everybody is on an equal playing field. But we do all have the capability of doing more and helping others. So remember, helping others is helping yourself. Helping yourself is helping others. And we are all connected. Until next time, Bendithian.